Attention, please. Please do not smoke in the terminal.
Since the dawn of time, civilizations have grown around rivers, ports, and railways. However, in today's globalized society, airports are without a doubt the most important links to prosperity. Today, more than 102,000 flights will happen, connecting people from all around the world. And if one were to count aviation as a country, the national gross domestic produce would be $704 billion, roughly the size of the entire economy of Switzerland. So today we'll be talking about aviation and what the future will bring to one of the largest transport methods in today's society. Now, one of the most important subjects is of course airports. It is expected that the global demand for flights will increase by around 4.3% every year for the next 20 years. And our airports are already operating at a high capacity. In order to appease the growing demand of flights around the world, airports will have to grow larger and more efficient. This also means that we will see less smaller airports and thus a bigger amount of large airport hubs. Also, in order to gain even more potential revenue from passengers, we are beginning to see specialized airports engineered for maximum comfort. These services range from cinemas, ice skating rinks, parks, and even aquariums. Hong Kong International Airport and Vancouver International Airport are both perfect examples of this, made to make passengers stay longer and create more revenue. With airports often receiving tens of thousands of passengers every day, traffic is a big problem, often clogging up airport parking. Passengers have begun bypassing this by using taxis or transportation applications, which means that the airports are no longer receiving parking fees. This will most likely result in airports providing transportation from the nearby city core, of course for a fee. Some examples of this are flight trains. These trains are often higher comfort and higher speed than normal trains, with their only destination being airports. Climate change is without a doubt one of the biggest problems that the aviation industry will run into this century. In 2017, the ICAO estimated that the global aviation industry emitted approximately 2% of the global greenhouse emissions. If we accounted all the emissions from aviation and compared it to CO2 emitted per country, it approximately pollutes as much as the entire country of Germany. Aircraft will get lighter and more fuel efficient to combat this, and most low-range aircraft will most likely turn electric. Batteries are very inefficient compared to kerosene in terms of energy storage, and this means that it is not yet possible to create long-range flights, as the required energy would take too much space if it was to be stored in batteries. The most anticipated electric passenger airplane is the Israeli-made Alice. The Alice will be able to carry 9 passengers for up to 1,000 kilometers and will enter service in 2022. As you can hear, electric airplanes are still very low haul due to battery inefficiency. However, it should be noted that there are currently more low haul planes in use than large, long haul passenger craft. So this development should not be underestimated. One big improvement will be to solve the inefficiency experienced by airplanes at airports during ATC operations and taxiing around airport infrastructure. Instead of waiting for instructions on where to taxi, taxiways will become more autonomous with new systems integrating computer-calculated routes for airplanes waiting to take off. These are the main measures which we will likely see being taken into effect in order to reduce emissions. Nowadays, every single commercial flight takes place with aspects completely handled by computers, and we are moving towards a more automated industry. Drones are getting bigger and more advanced as time passes, and especially military drones. And this is where there might be a big potential market for air haulers such as FedEx and Amazon. There is a lot of speculation whether or not pilots will be replaced by AI. And whilst it eventually seems inevitable, it is certainly not something that is right around the corner. The fact is that most people are not confident in entering a fully automated car where they can't take control, and certainly not airplanes. Whilst cars are getting more automated, with Tesla being a good example, the Tesla self-driving mechanic is best compared to the autopilot that most commercial airplanes use, where the pilots can take control at any time. The testing phase that fully automated airplanes would have to go through before they could enter service is also undoubtedly going to be extremely long. Even changing small parts of airplanes or upgrading them can often go through testing phases of up to 10 or 15 years. It's also important to note that most military UAVs and drones are always under human control and only operate with limited autonomy. All in all, the aviation industry will continue to grow, and currently the industry has created over 65 million jobs and on average transports over 10 million passengers every day. I would also like to mention that all of the information shared in this video is from sources I have found around the internet, and the level of quality will of course vary. But thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed.